welcome back to our Satisfactory version 1 Let's Play. We have started, sorry, in the Dune Desert. So it's a very different starting location than most of the YouTubers out there. I'm having tons of fun with it. In the last episode, we built our first coal power station. So we have automated power. And as I promised at the end of the last episode, I've even upgraded that station further, so we're producing more electricity now. I've put walls, windows, all of this. So I'm going to show you that upgraded power station in a minute. But first, in this episode, what else are we going to do? Well, I want to do all of the tier 3 milestone, and that's going to lead us to start creating steel production. So we're back at our hub, right? By the way, this is working okay over here. But yeah, we have a hub. We did coal power, but we have 3 other ones: vehicle transport, basic steel production, and enhanced asset security, which will give us the Xenobasher, so the sword if you want, if you wish. That's a very important one. Let's start actually with this one. I don't know if I have enough resources. No, we don't. We need 100 reinforced iron plate, 600 iron rods, and 1,500 of wires. Good thing is we have many of these very close. I mean, all of this is obviously automated, but we have many close by. And actually I thought there was still some there, but no. So we can delete this. Remember, this was my old wire production. We just sent everything into that awesome sink, but now it's done. So let's go to the actual wire production. I'm gonna do this in a time lapse, getting all of those resources, delivering them. But do tell me if you have any questions, thoughts, or requests in the comments below.
Milestone reached. The Xenobasher is a direct upgrade from the Xeno Zapper. In the words of the engineer that first developed this tool, quote, "The Zapper kind of electrocutes things, the Basher straight up smacks stuff, while also electrocuting them," unquote. It is beneficial during encounters with aggressive fauna and has been tested thoroughly. The engineer's noble sacrifice for Xeno research will not be forgotten, whoever they were.
Thank you, Ada, always useful. So we need to wait 2 minutes before we can do the next one, the basic steel production. We have all of those resources. So let's actually create one Xenobasher. It is going to take 5 modular frames, 25 iron rods, 500 wires, but also 2 Xeno Zapper. And I do have one, and we're not really gonna need more than one in the future. So I'm just gonna build one up. Then we can put this one here, and we should be able now to make the Xenobasher. And done. So obviously we're going to put it on our hand. By the way, we have one more hand slot too, so that's quite useful maybe to put those 3. I'm going to put this one next to it. That's the battle equipment. So yeah, this is the Basher. Is a lot longer. You can't actually see that much that it's longer, because it's out of the screen, but yeah, I can guarantee you it is. So that's gonna be very useful to continue defending ourselves, and in particular now if we see spiders, I'm not gonna be scared anymore. With this you can kill spiders, no problem. Okay, the pod is returning. Where is it? Here. Love those animations. 15 seconds, we're gonna be able to deliver all of those things to unlock basic steel production. It is the basic one because there is the advanced one actually in tier 4. Over here, advanced steel production, where we're gonna have the in-case industrial beams, for example, and much more. But first, let's start off with the basic one, right? So basic one, 500 of concrete, 1,000 of wires. So again, you better have automated all of this by now. 150 of rotors and 50 of the modular frames. Let's send that out too. And it's gone.
Coal and iron can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number 2, the versatile framework, can only be created via automation, not at a crafting bench. Delivering these to the space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day. Fix it,
must
and
save the day.
humanity is relying on you.
I'm here, don't worry. So yes, we have this new building, the foundry. Right now, only one recipe. In the future, of course, many others, including alternate recipe for steel, right? There's many, but we need a hard drive for this. So the basic one is you take iron ore and you take coal, 45 of each, and you make 45 steel ingots. This also takes, by the way, 16 megawatts, so you better have upgraded your production by now. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And then with those steel ingots, we can put them into a constructor, and we have two new recipes, the steel beams and the steel pipes. This one is 60 to 15, so it's quite a lot, right? Like you're not making a lot. And then the other one you're making slightly more because it's 30, so half, and you're making 20. So that's the two productions we're gonna want to do. We still need to do one more milestone, but before, let's actually look at our electricity production. So looking at any pole over here, you can actually see something interesting, which is that my production now is completely flat, but my production of electricity is way below my actual capacity. Why is that? Well, basically the automated energy types, in this case the coal generators, is a priority, is prioritized versus the non-automated one, which is, in this case, the biomass burners. There could be others, but in this case, that's what it is. So what is happening is that if I don't need any burners, they are not working. Right now, this is only, all of this is only my coal generator. We moved from 300 to 600. As promised, I upgraded it. But we do have a capacity that is way higher, 1000, right? So if we start putting more factories online, right now, by the way, all of my factories, I've put them online. Everything is online. So you can see this is almost 650. If we start making a new one, for example, the steel, we may go over the 600. And at that point, this will restart. Some of these will restart. So that's what it is. Now let me again go quickly, where was it, all the way over here, right, for steel production, and I'll see you in a minute. So it is, we have arrived at our coal power plant, right? Remember, this is all the way over here, in this, I don't know, call it crevasse or something like this, right? We have one miner that is still outside, but then everything else is inside the factory. Now, the factory is not perfect. I'm still missing some things. For example, I don't have this triangle one here, so there's a bit of a hole there. But otherwise, it's working. So we have put, 2 of these power shards in each to get to 200%, 60 of coal per minute. We have a door over here. There's another door there. We know this is Christoph Power Station. Big thanks, Christoph, one of my longtime YouTube members and supporters. So this one is for you. I hope you like it. We're talking about 120 of coal per minute, right? I could have also written, actually maybe we do rewrite that it's also 600 megawatts. So that's pretty cool. If you don't know, obviously you can change everything over here, the icon, the colors, background, the text, all of those things. So yeah, we have now the factory. There's some windows, during the day we have good light. We're getting to the night now, so it's gonna be a bit dark, but during the day there's good light. We have the second miner there, which is not covered, like I didn't cut it, and this is why this is going up like this, which will make a bit of a change. We have, roof pretty much everywhere basically. So this line over there was already like this, right? I didn't change it. The only thing I changed is this. This is now Mark II belts, Mark II elevator too, don't forget. So that then this can continue. It continues here and it goes on the other side, all the way to the other side, right? Where we have a second line of generators. It's exactly the same 4, right? And we do basically the same, where we have a pipe, like a pipeline. We have over here all of the splitters for the coal to go down, and the water. So all of them are working, 100%. They're all full. We're getting enough coal, so that's good, and we're getting enough water. I'm also not producing too much of water. I'm going to show you in a second how. There is a door here, by the way. You can take this door if you want to go down to the water. There is another of these stairs if we want to go on top. So here we have all of these. I didn't want to put this inside the factory for two reasons. The first one is it would have made the roof super high, which I felt wasn't realistic, and second is, you know, this is the pollution, so I don't want the pollution inside the factory, right? I want it outside. But yeah, we have, as we said, also the other stairs here, and I'm gonna just go quickly back there to show you what is happening in the back. So in the back here, we actually have something not very pretty because I don't have at this moment, you know, the pipe holes. So I just left it open like this. We do still have our stairs or you know, ladder if we want to go down. Quite dark here, it's night. Sorry about that. Be down in a sec. Okay, we're down. And I've reorganized this so that now we have one on this side, one there, and two others. So it is two lines of two basically, and I have also underclocked them. Why? Because remember, we only need 180 for each line. Now to be safe, I'm doing 100 times 2, because water is sometimes a bit finicky. But yeah, this is underclocked. This way we spend less electricity. You know, this is only 15.7, 16 instead of, I think, 25. But we're creating a lot of water. This is the new line, right? We have the old line here, the new line there, that goes into the new thing. And here, that was the stairs I showed you before to go back up. So the bottom is not super pretty. We don't have a lot of customization at this point for the bottom. I obviously didn't want to put like a roof on this. I think this should be outside, but do not hesitate, you know, to tell me if you have any comments, questions, or thoughts about this small build. I'm not saying it's the most magnificent factory ever, but with the level of customization that we have, this worked quite well, and most importantly, you know, it's functional. 600 per minute, that is great. So it is. I hope you like it, Christoph. I hope you all like it. Yeah, we finished the first mission, coal power station. We still have one more milestone to do, so let's go back to the base and then we'll start the steel production. Okay, we're back at the base and it's time to do the final tier 3 research, the vehicular transport. We need 200 of cables, 100 rotors, 25 modular frames, and 400 of RM plates. Let's send that across, and this is giving us 2 vehicles.
Milestone reached. Tractors permit pioneers to move around the world in a manner similar to using legs, except with wheels and the rampant consumption of natural resources. They can also be automated to self-drive and deliver resources between truck stations, which in turn facilitate automation of loading, unloading, and refueling.
Okay, so it is. I built the first tractor, and it's not very big, as you can see. We're gonna get a bigger one in the future. This transport, what is it? Oops, sorry. This transport, if I'm not mistaken, where is the... Yeah, here. 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And you do need to put some fuel into it if you want it to work. So we can put, for example, a bit of solid biofuel. In the future, of course, more advanced ones, even radioactive fuel, I think, can be put there if I remember correctly. But yeah, we have, you know, the storage there, and you also even have a bench. That can be pretty cool. I mean, in particular, you know, I may want to just do a bit more of solid biofuel to be able to move, but that's a detail. So you have that can be quite useful. But more importantly, you know, you can go inside and start moving with AWSD, right? That's the normal. You have to be careful not to get stuck, of course. But yeah, that can go pretty fast. I mean, as you can see, we're at 60, 70 kilometers per hour now. The dunes are going to be a challenge for sure, because they go up and down. And yeah, you know, I promise you, I drive slightly better on real roads. Not that much better, but slightly better. So yeah, you can, you know, start moving around your base and your city with a tractor like this if you want. And more importantly, you can automate those tractors. You know, you can make them move on their own on autopilot if you wish. The way to do this is, I'll show you a bit more in the future, but it's basically you're going to record a path. Let's say you start in point A, you go to point B, and then you come back to point A, and then the truck, when you leave it, it's gonna go do that road of A to B and back to A forever, or at least until it is out of fuel. So if you really want to automate, those roads, what you will have to do is actually also make them stop at a refueling station if you wish. But yeah, we're gonna do that slightly more in the future. I think for now, well, we should start steel production. Steel production, as we said, it is coal and iron. So oops, sorry, I need to exit the vehicle to be able to press V. To show you in terms of coal, we are already using the 2 coal that are here, right? There is a bit more coal over there, but there's also coal here, and it's closer to my base, so I think we're gonna put it here. We also need iron. Oops, sorry. All right, that's fine. Iron is the default one. So we also need iron, and there is 1 iron there too, and another one there. So I think that is good. We're gonna bring all of this over here. I'm at a factory. We need to kill, as always, these guys, but look at this. With this, they are dead very quickly. There's no other enemies here. That doesn't feel like a lot. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, we need to make a factory, and there is different elevation as always. I mean, this one is a bit lower, this one is a bit higher. I don't know exactly where the iron is, but probably somewhere over here. And then there's another iron. Is it just over there? Not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's this one here. And this one is also not protected. Okay, not gonna complain. So maybe we do at this level. This is probably the highest level. We start, foundation here. We bring it, bring those 2 here too, and maybe we make the factory over here. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. So let me get enough of the resources, right? And I'll see you in a minute. So I brought electricity over here, and we have some reserves, so let's go. I'm going to do the first piece, it's really to put some foundations, of course, right? By the way, there is an achievement if you jump on him, so we're gonna jump on him, and that's not normal. We didn't used to do that. Okay. But yeah, we need to put the foundations, so let me start. No, that's it, I put too high. We actually do need to be higher than this, so maybe over here is actually not bad. The steel factory is basically done, but I took a small detour. Over here I built these small stairs so that we can get to this thing here and get the summer sloop. There was a couple of animals, of course, protecting it. Let's see what it's gonna say.
Our instruments echo in the deep. Do they not plug the shallow threads?
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Crescendo, the effigy found the key. Sing more.
I was not created for artistic purposes. I am incapable of singing.
You sing.
Noted.
I don't think you do, but okay. So yeah, it's continuing to be more bizarre. So to be honest, I was planning to show you, step by step how I built this. I started and then I realized this is not possible. Those things take too long to show in one video. So I just built the whole thing. It's a first, what I would call, factory complex. We have multiple mines, right? And all going into one place and then building a couple of things. And we still don't have a lot of cosmetic aspect, but I still try to make it, different. We have different shapes and forms. We have a different floor there, etc. So yes, this is for you, Beard. Thanks a lot again for being a YouTube member and supporter. This is your factory producing 40 steel pipe per minute and 30 steel beams per minute. This has just started, so yeah, there's not that much yet, but it's going, and it works, of course, at 100%. You know, it should all be green everywhere. Now we have, for example, over here, our first coal mine. So we can see it over here, right? And again, I try to make some different things. So you can see we're a bit underground here. Then we're gonna have, you know, one elevator, and there's actually another belt that's passing above us. We have then another door here. Let's get us basically to the other side, where there we're gonna have 60 of iron coming from here. I'm gonna show you in a second, but first here we have the other miner, which is overclock. We overclock this to get 120. So if you're following, we got 60 here, 120, so that's 180. Let's remember this number. But here on this side, you know, again, we have the iron. So, you know, from time to time I put doors too, so you can exit if you want, right? Or you can stay inside. We are going to go and take the next door to go back in. Again, a door if we want to exit on that side, which is our main base, right? Our main base somewhere over here. There we have the forest, which is starting to not look like a forest because we're cutting more and more trees. Again, doors from time to time if you want to exit, but we're also protected inside if we need to. And then here another small base for another miner, and that is the iron one that we mentioned. This is going up, so we can walk down without any problems. But yeah, so again, nothing like crazy spatial. I'm not saying this is super beautiful, but I'm trying, you know, to use what we have and make a couple of different things. It's also different level, like this one is 1 height, this one is 2 height. I should probably have like another ladder maybe over here. I like to start the ladder at the top, so I can easily decide where it stops. So yeah, and now we can go back to the factory there. So I showed you, you know, 1 coal, 2 coal, 1 iron, and there's another iron on the other side. You can go from here, and again, there's doors pretty much everywhere if you want to enter the factory. One on this side too. We're not gonna go inside, we're gonna go on top quickly. So this is the iron that's coming from here, right? It's going there, then it goes up, goes all the way over here, and into this top floor, right? We have the foundries at the bottom, but this actually goes to the top floor. Again, I'm not gonna go inside, I'm gonna go on top to show you the other mine. So the other miner is over here, and it is blue or white because it is also overclock, right? So that's 120. So that's again 120 plus 60, 180 in total. So we have 180 of coal, 180 of iron. This iron comes over here, goes up to the same level as the other one. So this is this top floor here, which you could call a logistic floor, right? There's nothing happening except belts. And this is so that the belt can come down directly into the foundries, while at level 0 on the floor over here, we have the coal. So we're talking about 180, so I do need 2 belts. One is level 1 and one is level 2. Actually, over here, it seems like I made a small mistake, which is this one shouldn't be level 2. There's no point. This is level 1, that's fine. Yeah. But this one is level 2, so we have 120 that's coming. Then, you know, 60 is gonna want to go there, but we can only take 45. So that's good. We have 45 going there. And then because that was 120, there is still quite a lot that goes this side, right? And then, you know, that's enough to fill this out too, of course. Unless I made a mistake somewhere. No, that's mark 2. Yeah, no, I think it's fine. You can see the belt is full, so I know 120 is coming. So all good here. And then what is going to happen is I would love to actually have, you know, a smart splitter, but we don't really have a smart splitter right now. So what's happening is that then we have the rest is going to go there and be merged with the other belt, which is why actually this one is not completely full. I get it now, because it's not a smart splitter. but it still seems to be working enough. And so then, you know, the 60 plus what's left over here, which is 30 basically, is going to continue. And then 45 go here and 45 go to the last one. For the iron is slightly different because remember we have one that comes from one side and one from the other. You can go here. This is the 120 that's coming, right? It's coming, goes into this first splitter. So here we have basically 45 going down. Then this continues this way. Then 45 going there. And then what's left is merged with what's coming from the other side. So 60, you have 45 going there. And then 15 coming there to go down. So with this, again, we can have 4 of those foundries. Let's go back down. I think the closest door is here. So we're going back down and yeah, we have those 4 foundries here. Now this is creating the same amount, right? 45. So again, the output is 180. So one belt is not enough. Instead, what I've done is those two merge together. So that's 90. That's why it's a belt level 2. And then similarly on this one, right? We have those two merging. So that's 92. Then these are going to go into constructors. We're gonna have 2 constructors here for the steel pipes. They only take 30 each, so that's 60 in total. So there's a bit left, and that bit left can be then merged with this one here. And again, I would love to have a smart splitter on this one to make sure everything goes into this constructor first before it goes here. But that is life. You can't always do at the beginning. We'll get the smart splitter probably in the next episode. And then we have the 2 constructors for the steel beams taking 60 each. So that's why we're using basically everything, right? 60 plus 60 plus 60, that's 180. And then on the outside, of course, we're just merging those two, and it goes into those 2 storages, which is where we started at the right, at the beginning of the visit of this factory. I try to really have ramped, to go everywhere, to enter the factory. I try to have also a bit these, so these are basic wall of 1 meter. Now I'll go over here, you have your 4 meter walls, which are the basic sort of walls for the factory. But if you press E, you can get it to the 1 meter, which almost feels like a nice border of the factory. I didn't play with the colors, but you could also play with the colors, right? In particular, maybe have different colors for coal versus iron, or maybe different color for those two. I don't know why we have this sign here, but that's okay. So yeah, I know this is not the most amazing factory ever, but I do think instead of making one flat factory, one flat floor and everything on it, I try to make it a bit more interesting, and pretty happy with the result considering what we have access to right now. It's not that much, it's looking pretty good. And now we have both the steel pipes and the steel beams automated, so we can take that and go back to the base. Well, actually, we don't have a lot of space, but what I like to do usually when I finish a factory is to also put one personal box close to the entrance, close to where I know I'm gonna go from time to time, and put a couple of resources that can help me in the future to rebuild some things. So some of those basic resources like this is usually good, and then one like this, one like that. That's usually what you need to do a bit of decorations and things like this. And let's take also those steel beams, and we're gonna go back here to our main base. I'm gonna say bye bye to this city, and I guess I'll see you in the next episode where we have big plan. Of course, we need to start phase 4. There's 3 things in phase 3 that we haven't really started either. So big plans. I hope you're still enjoying this one. Smash like button, and I hope to see you next time.